Hi, welcome to the Ed's Couple Sports Betting Show for Monday, September 12th. It's week 2 in the NFL, week 3 in college football. Of course, baseball's still going.
That was week
3 in college football, week 2 in NFL. Mike Brenner, we got the opening lines out, and we're going to start with NFL opening lines for week 2. You ready to go, Mike Brenner?
I am, but first of all, Pete, how'd you do yesterday in NFL?
I did well in our videos. I had 2 picks, 2 winners. Those were our 2 big calls of the week. It was the Pats and the Raiders. We were talking about it all week.
Baby.
Yeah. We were talking about it all week long that we liked them, and then I got 2 more picks tonight. One of them is the Skins, which
give it to him in the end of the video.
It's a little no, I've already given it to him. No. And it's from last week, and the Skins. I gave it at 3. Now it's down to a 2.5. The Steelers though are great on Monday night.
Yes, they are. Buddy.
Hopefully it'll cash. Then I also got the 2-team teaser that I gave last week, which involves both dogs on tonight's Monday night card.
Speaking of teasers, I hit 2 college teasers and 1 NFL teaser yesterday, Pete. Atlanta bit me in the ass a little bit, but hey, you find out a lot of stuff after week 1. Now I know why you weren't so keen on jumping aboard with a shitload of picks in week 1.
I'm sure if you'd given me enough time to do thorough research, I would have had a pick on every game. But here we go. We got week 2 opening lines here. There's a few things I'm thinking about. The few things that I'm looking at here, Mike Brenner. Let's see. The first thing I'm thinking about is.
I wonder if you're going to pull a trigger on any official picks.
I don't know.
Today.
I probably will. I mean, I definitely hit a few of these lines overnight. The first thing. All right. Well, here's one that I bet. Tennessee, right? We know the Sharps were fading them. The Sharps took the Vikings, and they did get the cover. But in general, I kind of like the makeup of this team, right? With Mariota. I love Mariota.
How did he look in week 1? Because I'm just being honest with you. I have not had enough time to dig into all the stats.
I think he was fine. He was good, and it's just long term. I believe he's already proven himself at the NFL level.
Good.
And then Detroit, of course, got the big win over the Cubs. But I mean, over the Cubs.
They couldn't even beat the Cubbies if they had to.
We know that we've been down on the Colts all year long, all preseason long.
We nailed that one. Come on, let's get real. This team, and I'm telling you, Andrew Luck literally swallowed the contract and said, "I'm on a shitty team. I know it, and I'm not going to end my career getting hurt." That team's in trouble. Pagano. We also said Pagano will be gone by week 6.
So the question is, how good is Stafford going to be? How good do you think the Lions really are this year? I'm thinking maybe Tennessee getting 5.5 is a good play.
It could be, and if I'm correct, wait a minute, they're in Detroit.
They're in Detroit.
I don't know, Pete. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough.
You know what? I got to wait and see because Tennessee, they had some opportunities. All right, I didn't dig into the stats, but I followed the game. They gave away some opportunities and had some miscues that I wish they could. That I'm sure they wish they could have back. Yeah. But Detroit, they got to show me. I'm not.
And it's possible this line could go up again. Right now. This is just the opening line show.
But we can jump on it.
Of course, we can give official picks. But we don't have to. We're just discussing.
But they can even get official bets at home.
Sure,
they can get
absolutely.
It in,
Another one I'm thinking about, Mike Brenner, and then we'll get to the things you're thinking about. I'm thinking about the Packers. The Packers look pretty good, right? Yeah. Now they're going up against Minnesota. Is Bradford going to play? Not exactly sure, but they had problems beyond that, right? Yeah. They weren't opening holes for Adrian Peterson. They were keying in on Adrian Peterson, and the Packers, they got to win and cover, but they covered the closer. They didn't cover the opener, but they were a little bit. They weren't playing at top level. No. They still got the cover. They were still playing against a tough team, the Jags. I'm thinking that the Packers minus 2.5 might be.
I think that's going to be a really good pick. I looked at that as well, and even though it's at Minnesota, they know how to win there. Yeah. Years past, they face this team twice a year, every year. One thing that I noticed about it, that Jordy Nelson connection's back, and that could be dangerous. Yeah. Out of these 2 teams, Pete, I think the one that learns the most from week 1 is the Packers. And on a lean right now, not maybe at the end of the show, but I am absolutely right with you on that.
You know what I will do? I will give the Packers. I'm going to take the pinnacle line. I'm going to buy down to 2, which minus 2.5, minus 106, so probably it'll be 2 minus 111, minus 112.
Well, you know what, Pitt? I'm going to give Pete, as an official pick, the minus 2.5. I'm going with it.
At pinnacle, minus 106. And I'm going to give the Packers minus 2. All right, then there's just one other team that I want to discuss, then we'll get to the things that the opening lines that have caught your interest. I'm thinking about the Jags. Again, the Jags, they're Bortles is the kind of player who, he throws his interceptions, but he keeps them in games. The passing game's looking good. Yeah. The defense is revamped
Another team
and
that probably learned a lot from that week.
Yeah, exactly. That was a tough, test for them. And now they're getting points at San Diego. Of course, San Diego had the big game against KC. The game went into overtime. How much did that take away from them? Not exactly sure. Rivers is great, but I'm thinking that the Jags are too good to be given 3 points. What do you think?
I just love busting down videos with you.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. The Chargers are the kind of team, and it just absolutely is a track record that proves itself. Mm-hmm. When they have a letdown at an end of a game and give it away, which they do a lot, it takes them a while to bounce back, Pete. It gets in their head, and I think Phillip Rivers sees again, damn, what do I got to do here? For real. Yeah. And again, Mike McCoy's on a short rope. I like your thinking there because I think, again, Which team learns more from week one? I think it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put it out there, but guess what? I wouldn't talk you off that ledge.
I mean, right now it's a 3, San Diego -3 as a big fave. You can get like
you might
Jacksonville
be able to get
+3, +111. So I'm
I think that's
going
to probably go down before the week.
I think it'll go down by kickoff, but by midweek it might go up. Yeah, I'm going to think about this.
I'm going to think
about this. All right, well, those are the 3 that really caught my eye, Mike Brenner. What would you like to bring up? We've only got 7 other games with opening lines.
Yeah, I know, and it's just one of those things where you got to sit back and look, but there's one I'm scratching my head. Broncos -6 versus Indianapolis.
That was, you know what? There was actually a 4th game that caught my eye, and that was the 4th.
I hope Dennis just
I only wanted to do 3 of them, but that was the 4th game that caught my eye.
Famous last words, I only wanted to do, yes.
But we're probably on the different side because I was thinking that the Colts actually might be a good play here.
Okay, then let's do it. Let's make it official.
No, we're not going to be.
Our first head-to-head of the year.
No, I just want to hear what you have to say.
I
just want to hear what you have to say.
Well, because again, it's Indianapolis and it's the Broncos. What I learned was that, hey, this offense, they can win with Trevor Siemian, just like they did with the Peyton Manning that got too old to be the gunslinger. So this defense hasn't lost a step. This team picked up a lot of mojo in that win. I'm telling you right now, because they shut Carolina down the whole game. It wasn't. I'm just telling you, Pete, this is going to be a blowout. I'm putting it out there. I'm taking them right now, baby. So? Broncos -6 on the full game.
Okay, well, we can give you a minus. Well, actually, you can have -6 -105, or you could take the Greek line -5.5 -110.
I'll take the 5.5. I think that's only smart.
-110. That's a Greek line. And right here on my computer, this is SBRodds.com.
That's right.
Free customizable line service. You can go to compare all these lines, which is what we're doing right now.
Line shopping.
Yeah,
it's
and
everything.
the Greek, of course, is a major book. All right. I'm just wondering if the defense is great, but does Denver have the offense with Siemian? I mean, I'm assuming for this game, they're going to give, once again, a lot of C.J. Anderson. They're going to protect Siemian. You think they have the offense to reliably get blowout wins?
And I think that Indianapolis Colts has the defense that me and you and Dennis might be able to run a slant pattern and score. I'm not kidding. And score a touchdown. There is so many gaps in that defense, buddy. You could drive a Mack truck through it. Hell yeah, I'm not even second guessing this.
All right, you shouldn't because I certainly don't
minus
have
5.5, baby.
All right, because I was thinking maybe that there would be. I was thinking about taking the Colts +6 and the under. I'm just thinking that maybe it'll be a low-scoring game because the Colts because you know that the Broncos do want to keep Luck off the field. So I'm thinking about a shot with the under 45. But these are all just leans. As of right now, I've just got the one definite pick. What else do you want to share?
Well, there's another one that caught my eye, and I think it definitely needs some attention. And this Oakland Raiders team, they're fun. They're -4.5. You got Atlanta.
Too many points,
total, it might be. So this is one. It caught my eye because I'm thinking, wow, Atlanta's a good coach team, Dan Quinn. Even though that defense looked like shit. Okay, shame on you, Dan Quinn, for not having them ready. All right, and it didn't cash my ticket. But here's the thing: I really think he's the kind of coach that's not going to put up with this out of the gate week one. And I think Oakland might be a little high right now on feeling good about themselves, Pete. That could be dangerous sometimes. All right. Now they are at home though.
Yes.
That is a big advantage because Jack Del Rio right now is a king there. They love him. And Derek Carr, I mean, come on, this kid is the real deal. Amari Cooper and company. So this is what I'm looking at to maybe even do a teaser, and I'll shoot it out there later on. But I am going to do one 3-team teaser today.
Okay, let's hear it.
That will be absolutely official. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
I'm going to do the Patriots getting 3.5.
Okay, name the book first, please.
Okay, let's go bookmaker.
Bookmaker. Okay, the Pats getting 3.5. Yes.
And they're against the Dolphins. I love that. Okay. I'm also going to be going on this, and I'm going to be doing it with confidence. The Packers are going to be getting 7.5.
Yes.
Okay, I think that just makes nothing but true sense. And to wrap it up, I'm going with the Broncos getting 4 that they won't even need.
Okay, the Broncos getting 4. Yep, that's a 3-team.
I really like it, Pete.
Teaser.
It's an official pick too, and I'm 3-0 on my teasers right now with college and pro. So, by the way, I know this is NFL, but I'm not tapping. But I went 12-1 out of the gate in college.
Very nice.
Football.
No, sure. Brag, plug, whatever you want. You know what? I will throw Jacksonville.
I
as an
don't
official
know.
pick right now.
I'm sitting there looking at Eric.
I'm throwing Jacksonville on there. +3, +111 is the pinnacle line right now. I'll take that one. So I got 2 picks on these opening lines. No totals and no teasers, although I probably will by Friday when we do our wrap-up show.
Wednesday. So.
And you got what again?
I've got 3 picks total. I got the Packers -2.5 at Pinnacle. It's -106. I got the Broncos -5.5, -110. And I got a 3-team teaser, Pistol Pete. Patriots +3.5, Packers +7.5, Broncos +4, baby.
All right. Mike Brenner and I will be reviewing more NFL games and giving more picks all week long. They'll wrap things up on Friday.
Hey, before we wrap this up, you know that I thought by this week the bonuses might start falling off of the bonus page.
No, they're still there. They're still there. So go to the bonus page. We'll tell them about that, sportsbookreview.com. There's a banner, and then on the upper left side of the page, there's a box that says bonuses. Both of those links will take you to the bonus page where you can compare all the bonuses currently being offered by all the major books, all on one page. Very, very handy. Easy to just look down the chart and see what everyone's offering
before you even open your account.
All right, sounds good, Mike Brenner. Let's move on to college football week 3.
Okay.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.
All right, and moving on. Right now we're talking with Ross Benjamin. We're going to cover the Baylor-Rice game Friday, September 16th. One of these early season college football games you see a lot, right, with an obvious powerhouse playing against a team that's obviously overmatched.
Powerhouse.
Huge spread.
You watching the same team I watched this weekend?
Offensive. They're an offensive juggernaut.
Well, their defense.
Going back many years, and the question is just, is the line too high right now? It's 29.5, 30, or 30.5 market-wide. The last time they met, it was one of those 77-15 games. Baylor got a massive, massive win. Could see the same thing happening here. As of right now, I have no opinion. Mike Brenner, before we hear what Ross Benjamin has to say, you have an opinion on this one?
Well, I think Baylor is just totally not even a top 20 quality team. That's my opinion, because that defense is terrible. They can't. And the offense, it takes them, I've noticed, and it's early in the year, and of course they're going through the transition without Art Briles, but this team, it just doesn't have that confidence about itself, and it seems they're playing on a more desperate end in the second half when they really don't need to be than years past. I see something off in the pattern, but I also know there's a growing curve, there's a learning curve, and everything else that goes to when you got a whole new system. But Rice is not a whole hell of a lot to talk about, so I don't know. This is one of those, it's just a 10-foot pole for me. If I had to lean on anything, I might say Baylor learned more last week than Rice, but I'm anxious to see what Ross has to say.
All right, Ross Benjamin, 29.5, 30, or 30.5 market wide. What do you like here?
Well, you know me, guys. I hate games like this. I really do, because it's a crapshoot. You can get backdoored real easy.
Yes.
I don't like taking underdogs that I don't think can win the game outright, and I certainly don't think that's a possibility here. Mike, you mentioned Art Briles being gone and the transition. The transition from Jim Grobe is true. I mean, it's a new coaching staff in terms of the head coach, I should say, but still the same offensive coordinator. So they shouldn't have any excuses there. They haven't put up the gaudy numbers we're used to. You know what I mean? When you look at their first 2 games, and Mike, you mentioned their defense, they still allowed 13 points or less in each game. So, albeit they haven't faced very good competition. Rice, on the other hand, they allowed 552 yards in the air in their opener against Western Kentucky, 348 yards on the ground last week against Army. This week, they're going to face the most balanced offense they've seen in their first 3 games. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of a shot here. Guys, this isn't a game I'm going to personally wager on, but if you put the proverbial gun to my head, small lean toward the Baylor Bears.
Okay, so we will not put this on your permanent record, Ross Benjamin.
But we will not also put the proverbial gun to his head either.
29.5 minus 110 minus 115 is available right now. And I wouldn't touch this, or at least as of right now, I have no opinion on it. But I can certainly see why Ross Benjamin might think that, against Rice, all the deficiencies with Baylor that you pointed out, Mike Brenner, won't be as big of a factor.
And I might have been a little strong, Pete, because I wear my emotions on a sleeve, and I had a little action on them this weekend in the half, and they didn't crank it up until the second half. But they did cover a parlay for me. But what I'm seeing, though, the defense, I think when they face some really stiff competition, which isn't coming yet, I think they might have their backs up against the wall.
Well, you know what, Mike? Yeah, they're going to face some tough competition next Saturday, or I should say a week from Saturday, when they open up their Big 12 schedule against Oklahoma State. We'll see how good their defense is then. But you know what? I agree with you. The eye test coming from me, I don't see a top 25 team or the Baylor teams we've seen in recent seasons.
Okay, makes sense.
Thanks
so much.
It really does. Okay, Ross, have a great day, buddy. Let's get it done and beat that bookie.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.
All right, our next segment here on the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for Monday, September 12th, is the opening lines for college football Week 3. And Mike Brenner, let's just start this show. Obviously, we are tracking the record, throw your record up there. In our shows, you're 9-4. Yesterday, though, you had 6 other plays on Twitter?
Yeah, I had 13 plays total. I went 12-1, so I'm grateful for that. But on the videos, 9-4 and got out of that.
9-4 overall, 6-1 last week. Just a great week, Mike Brenner. How you feel about these opening lines? You don't have to give a pick on any of them.
No, I really don't. I can, but there's some spots spots. I'm going to tell you that. It's definitely caught my
All right.
attention, Pistol
Well,
Pete.
let's first talk about this.
Well, wait a minute. We can't just talk about my record. How did you do this week?
Actually, in college, I did terribly. I'm 6-7 overall, though, which is fine. But because I just gave picks on the games that we covered with guests, which is kind of stupid.
Because I know Friday you had some rock and roll plays that did well.
And then I that was after our videos were shot, though. But I'll be more on the ball this week, I think.
I believe you too. I believe you.
Let's talk about the first game that is just the most interesting, I think, is Alabama. Now, Alabama, as we know, is a team, even though they're a fan favorite, even though they're the top-ranked team in the nation, all that, can still have betting value, even as a favorite. And they're playing with revenge now against Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat them last year. I took this one in the opening line at -9.5. Was it stupid? I don't know, but this line is definitely going to close higher than 10, which is where it is right now. What do you think? Is this obvious value here with Alabama on the road -10?
Man, you just nailed one point that's amazing, and it's that revenge factor. And there's not a coach in college football that but grasps and embraces the challenge of getting revenge to a team than Nick Saban. There's just not. Well, I caught something else, all right? There was a little spat in the last minute of that game, and I'm telling you right now, it was an ass chewing. Nick Saban chewed Lane Kiffin's ass out on the sideline because with 1 minute left, all right, he didn't feel they were running the right plays. He wanted to score again, and he thought Kiffin was kind of pulling the pedal off the metal. And you know what? That right there tells me between that and then you get a revenge factor, Pistol Pete, this could be a triple-digit winner.
Really? You don't think that indicates dissent in the locker room?
No,
or
not at all. Not at all. Not those guys. It goes the other way because Kiffin still has his ego and says, all right, watch this. I'll show that bastard. Because deep down, he was accused last year of banging Saban's daughter. That's for real. He was going to be thrown off the team. That's a true story. All right, here's the deal, though. Kiffin, his ego is so big, and then you got Saban. All right, they're going to both want to just show each other. And at the end of the day, Saban's a genius. He knows how to get in Kiffin's head. He's still a kid. He gets in his head psychologically. He knows he'll bring the best out of him. I'm pulling the trigger -10, bro. This is a blowout.
Well, we can give you -10, -1.
You give me -19, I'd take it right now, Pistol Pete.
Maybe you want to do it on a pleaser at some point later on in the week.
Now that I will do.
Right now, we can give you the Greek -9.5, -110.
I'm taking it. I am taking it, baby. Load me up with some Bama.
The Greek does have off-market numbers, which is why you should open an account with the Greek if you don't have them. And we are line shopping.
And I got to ask you this. You know, with me in all the sports, I love that psychological edge. What do you think of that? Did you know they had that spat?
Yeah, I did. I didn't put much. I put more into just how great Alabama's been this year and the revenge factor. I bet it on the opener at 9.5.
Did you hear his response in the press conference when one of the reporters said, "Mr. Saban, I noticed at the end of the game you had a little disagreement with Lane Kiffin." He said it wasn't a disagreement; it was an ass chew, and I chewed his ass out. He wanted to just separate that. I love that edge, baby.
All right, you know what? I might take it back later in the week, but as of right now, I'll go with you -9.5.
You're not taking that back.
I bet it.
You'd be a fool. I won't let you take it back, Pistol.
Maybe, it might be. I mean, with the I didn't give the what was their week 1 game? What was that?
They blew it out. They killed USC by 50 points.
And I liked it. I bet it, but I didn't have the
pulled it
balls
out,
to give it in the
and
show.
I did,
Why didn't I? All right, yeah. So I'm giving it right now. Official -9.5.
There you go.
All right, let's see.
You just fired me up with that one, baby. Damn.
All right, now another one that's caught my eye. What do you think about this one? TCU. I had a loser with that one. Outright loss, and then Iowa State, of course, looking like a relatively bad version of Iowa State right now. They lost to Northern Iowa and then got absolutely blown
Pounded
out
by Iowa.
a not super impressive
not
Iowa
even
team.
a great Iowa team. In a rival game, when that in-state rival comes and you don't show up for that, you're in trouble. And TCU losing outright, guess what?
So the question is this another one I bet? TCU only -23.5. Does TCU have what it takes to get that kind of a win? I think they probably do. What do you think,
I
Mike
think
Brennan?
they do because of Iowa State. But Pistol Pete, I would do it on a lean. I'm not going to pull the trigger, though, because, TCU really shocked me in a few ways. They made some mental mistakes. But I don't know. Shit, I want to do it, but I'm not. You're just going to do this to me again. So, no, I'm not doing it. But I like it. So.
All right, for now, again, I might pull it later on because I think if I didn't think the line was going to go up, I wouldn't.
Well, the pressure's on them. You know that. So
this one could easily close
what?
at like 25.5.
I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Yep. Hell yeah, I'm taking it. I can't believe you.
23.5 -110.
I'm glad you're not with me when I'm making major purchase decisions.
I'm going to be on that one as well for now. Both of us are on TCU -23.5, -110. All right, Mike Brenner, what else has caught your eye? Those are the two games
there's one other that, I don't know. I just don't know what. I'm looking at it going, oh, wait a minute, that might be dangerous. But there's one I think we've got to talk about.
What's that?
I love Appalachian State at home. At home, getting 3.5 against Miami.
Wow, that's an interesting game
I'm putting
that you
it
have
out there.
That is that they're a peculiarly tiny home dog here to Miami, Florida. Feels like the public's going to be all on Miami, Florida here, and you like Appalachian State.
I love it.
Tell us why.
I just love it because this team is real.
Yeah.
This team is real.
Yeah.
They proved it against Tennessee,
Sure.
and then they stepped out this week and just blew a team out, just battered them, and did it early. All right, this team is so good from last year, people forget about it. They just hear the Appalachian State and think automatically they don't know how to play football. I got news for you. Those boys from North Carolina know how to show up. All right, Miami, on the other hand, right now is getting a lot of hoorah because Mark Richt went down there. They played a couple shitty schools. All right, shit's getting real when they go to Appalachian State, and I got news for you, buddy. They're getting the outright win. Give me Appalachian State.
All right, so you want them on the money line or you want them on
I want them on the
3.5?
money line.
Okay, well, the money lines aren't out right now.
Wait a minute. You know what? Give me the 3.5 because I'd be stupid not to take that extra weapon.
But the 3.5 right now is minus 110.
I'm
That's the
taking
best
it.
line we can give you at the Chris
3.5.
Books bookmaker and DSI plus 3.5 minus 110.
I love it. It's a very well coached team, Pistol Pete. I'm telling you, Miami, I think is going to overlook this team. And don't get this wrong, but the players that Mark Richt just inherited from Miami, from the old Al Golden regime. They're cocky. They got that to them, and they're going to go in there thinking they're just going to kick this team's ass. And guess what? Tail between the legs, baby. For real.
All right, Mike Brenner. Now, of course, we're shooting this on Monday afternoon, so we can't do our in-depth research on every game. So I don't know if you know about this, but the first thing, the one game that I looked at the overnight line that I was thinking I kind of liked was USC getting 6.5. Now they're getting 8.5 or 9 against Stanford. Now, is that betting action? Is someone out for USC? I think that's like someone came in big on Stanford, but I'm thinking that I said from the beginning of this year, I think McCaffrey's due for a step back, and I think that the turnover on the offensive line for Stanford, I think that they're a little bit overrated, a little bit overvalued. We've talked also about how we like the regime change at USC, so I'm thinking that USC would be a good play here. But
I'm dying to talk.
So go ahead. What's up with the move?
I love it.
Line move.
I love it, and you nailed it. All right, McCaffrey.
No, but what's up with the line move?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that line move. That's where I lean on you, and I'm not kidding. But again, you know what? This team, USC, after that blowout, when Alabama just manhandled them, they came out and they cashed that ticket for me beautifully. I was all over them. Remember, I jumped on them. It was one of my early picks, minus 16. They crushed it, and they scored early, and often. This team is nowhere near as bad as Alabama made them look. Alabama's just that good, right? So here's what I think. I think there's a little. I just think that there's some overvalue with Stanford here. I really do.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to keep letting it go up. This is one I'm waiting because if it keeps going, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
And you talk about a teaser, which I got one for you fellas before we wrap it up.
All right, before we wrap it up, there's a couple of other games that are interesting to me. One of them is Temple's playing Penn State. Remember last year Temple beat Penn State pretty handily. They're getting 8.5 or 9. I'm going to hold off on that one for right now. This feels like one of those games that's going to close at 7.5, maybe 7. Temple might be a good bet, but I'm going to hold off on that one for now. And also another one that I'm going to hold off because I think it might go up. San Jose State as a big home dog to Utah. San Jose State 12.5. It's heading up. It's like 13. If this one hits 14, I'm going to jump on it. And I think that Utah they have a big game up next. Who is it? They have a big game.
Utah?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd be lying if I tried to pull one of them.
I'm trying to remember who they have up next, but Utah has they're playing San Jose State, and Utah plays very conservative, low-scoring games.
Absolutely,
they could easily get like a dominant win and still not quite cover a 2-touchdown spread. So I'm leaning towards San Jose State. That's an opening line that caught my eye. And is there anything else that caught your eye, Mike Brenner?
There's one I think people ought to just be a little careful of.
What's that?
Cincinnati and Houston Thursday night. These guys play tough against each other.
Utah has USC up next. Sorry.
It's all right. You can interrupt me like that because that means your brain never stops. It's clicking all the time, just like a damn Rolex. All right, I'm telling you, and I'm not putting a pick out here, but I think the public's jumping all over Houston. I just really do.
Yeah.
And the quarterback Greg Ward got hurt.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I think he probably played, but you mess up your shoulder, you're hurting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got news for you. Cincinnati plays this team tough. You may want to sit back. That might be
smart,
a dog.
Mike Brenner. I also think that Houston might be a little bit overvalued. What are they? Number 6 in the AP poll? Give me a break. They're not a
number 6. I got news for you. Put them up against Alabama. They'll be crawling to get back to double
analysis. All right, Mike Brenner. Well, we could obviously talk about every game here and sit here for 5 hours.
I know we could.
Hell,
why not? No, I don't, because I might reveal too much, and I want to keep people hanging on for the week, because I got some doozies this week, baby.
Well, those are the top opinions and games we wanted to highlight.
I got to review them, though, because I got a teaser I'm putting out.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Review all your picks.
All right, here's what I am going with. I'm going with Bama minus 9.5, minus 110. I'm telling you guys, oh my God. And I'm going with TCU on the someone's going to pay for this shit game, minus 23.5. And I got a 3-team teaser, Pistol Pete. All right, and I'm going to go with, let's see, let's go with 5 dimes. Okay. Appalachian State, give me 10 on top of what, 3.5?
Okay, let me, I can't scroll through all these things. So just tell the team.
Okay, here it is. Appalachian State should be about plus 13.5. All right. USC getting 18.5 because they're at 8.5. And Alabama even.
There you go.
Come on, baby.
All right, Mike Brenner. So you got those 3 picks. I also went on with you with TCU and Alabama. We'll be covering a lot more games, obviously, throughout the weekend, giving picks every day. And then on Friday, we'll give all of our final picks. Mike Brenner again.
Hey, listen, I wanted you to tell the viewers, though, about the conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution. If you're betting on any of these games at any time of the year and you have a dispute with a sports book, you can fill out a complaint form at sportsbookreview.com, and they will try to resolve that for you for free. No promises, but for free. They will have been doing this for years.
I said that to say this because those books are the ones you want to stay away from, but the books on our bonus page, go there. Those guys are not only paying you out on time, they're rated A and A+, and they got the best bonuses. Bookmaker and 5 dimes, still the traffic is just flowing over there because of their bonuses. So jump on it, sign up through SBR, keep us around, and hit that like button.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.